Here's a quick history about the origins of the Russian Revolution. Russia was involved in World War I, and they were sending a lot of troops to the front lines. Many people died, but to supply all these people, they had to get a lot of food from the Russian homeland. This meant there was not enough food for people back at home. There was also not a lot of other supplies. This made Russian people very angry, and they wanted to see a new political system. So the people got rid of the Tsar. People are mad at the Tsar. There was a war fought between two separate systems, communism and the old imperial system that was run by the Tsar Nicholas II. They were mad because Russia lost so many people during World War I, many of whom were civilians. Many people also starved to death in Russia because the Tsar made people send a lot of their food to the people on the war front during World War I. But also because many people in Russia lived like serfs from the Middle Ages. They were bound to the land and had no say in whatever happened to them. This led to very many people not liking the Tsar and riots breaking out in the streets. During this time, many people in Russia were experiencing a lot of chaos. There were strikes in the street, and eventually it was inevitable that the Tsar would be exiled from the country. Russian goods that were being produced dropped by a lot during the time of these strikes. They used to put out a lot of steel, coal, and grain, which during the time of 1917 ceased. This meant that there was not a lot of supply of food for people in Russia to have. This is why at the end of the revolution, many people in Russia were leaning towards communism as the system that they wanted to govern them. The two main leaders were Tsar Nicholas II and Vladimir Lenin. Many people supported Lenin because he promised a workers' paradise where a lot of people would be able to get food and never have to go hungry. And also he would help put a stop to a lot of the chaos that started to take place in Russia. In 1917, Russia went through two revolutions. In February, the Tsar abdicated his throne and the provisional government took over. In October, the Bolsheviks overthrew the provisional government.